Remy Ma wanted to tarnish her husband's reputation, so she did 4 things, but Papoose had the last laugh. Remy accused Papoose of staying with her for 6 years during her incarceration because he craved fame, even boldly accusing him of being involved in her arrest. In response, Papoose was angry, stating that Remy was simply creating a false story to defend her infidelity. In fact, as early as 2022, Remy Ma had cheated multiple times, including having an intimate relationship with Easy the Block Captain. Additionally, she publicly used her maiden name at the time and appeared with Easy in public on several occasions, which led to the complete breakdown of their marriage and eventually resulted in separation. Now Remy, trying to portray herself as the victim, once again accused Papoose's new girlfriend, Claressa Shields, of spreading negative rumors about her online in an attempt to tarnish her image. Remy asked Papoose to clear up these false accusations, but he chose to remain silent. So Remy decided to take matters into her own hands, publicly sharing private text messages between Claressa and Papoose, vowing to seek justice for herself. Papoose responded by stating that Remy, despite knowing she repeatedly cheated, continued to cause chaos on social media. He also mentioned that he had repeatedly asked for a divorce, but Remy kept refusing to separate. Who do you think is in the wrong between the two of them?
Wait. First he say he didn't get knocked out. Nah. Then we got the 2 Clean Jones. That's my shit. 2 Clean Jones. Then we got the nobody ever knocked me out ever on Polo or Cola shit. It was one of them. Now Papoose saying you got knocked out. Remy had to wake you up and stay at home with you wherever y'all was at for about 3-4 days. I am so what? Because if y'all not in the battle rap world, if y'all not in the battle rap culture, this is where all this Remy and Papoose and Easy, this is where all this started in the battle rap culture. So if you just not learning about this, you didn't miss damn near everything. Damn near everything. At first it was speculations, like people leaving hinting tweets, people saying certain things in rap battles that'll make us think he is, make us think he ain't. Some people giving certain people a push even though he ain't doing nothing on that certain platform. But it was all kind of shit. What I don't understand is a couple things. Number one, Easy the Block Captain. I'm not saying anything about battle rap because you Twerk and Geechee are in the same category as far as battle rap. So this ain't nothing to do with battle rap. All I want to know is, nigga, did you get knocked out?
Come on out. Take a seat over here.
What? What's the matter with you, Pac-Man? Huh? What's the matter with you, man? Hey. Hey, Pac-Man.
Hey.
Hey, Pac-Man! Hey, man! Hey. Fuck you, I know you.
What's your name?
Americans, do you?
What's the you?
You think you know who I am, Danny? Huh? Do you? Fuck, man, all you see is what you want, and you only want things one way. Look at me, Danny! Look at me!
Go back and dance.
Look at me, Pac-Man! This is me too, man!
This is the photograph that rapper Papoose put out in lieu of being accused of cheating on his already cheating wife, already moved on wife, Remy Ma. Right? Everyone knows that you know, for years they were supposedly rock solid, and he held her down, and she ended up going to jail for 6 years, and he was there every fucking day, so much so that she had to ask him to stop coming up there all the time, telling him that she was okay, that he was good to go, you know, to do the work as her husband while she was incarcerated and shit. He took care of her children, and he made sure money stayed on their books, and and he dutifully picked her up, I would assume, when she was paroled, and she repaid all of that loyalty. He didn't step out on her. Didn't step out on her. Would have been understandable if he did, but she repaid all that loyalty by cheating on him with one of her quote unquote employees, the guy that looks like a weak sauce version of him, to add insult to injury. And I decided to post this photo because supposedly this is a photo from the previous year's Christmas that his estranged supposed wife, in name only, or in title only, barely. She was with the other guy during Christmas while he was at home with the daughter. And I feel a certain way about it, right? I feel out. I don't. I used to feel anger. When I see shit like this, I usually feel like it's a staggering anger. I'm highly empathetic. But I have mixed feelings about this. I think Remy Ma is scum of the earth for doing this and shit, but I understand her behavior. Okay, see, I'm somewhat of a expert on narcissists, specifically female narcissists in our ethnic community. Very, very much an expert in shit. I'm looking at this goddamn picture, and I'm looking at this guy, and I want to disparage the guy, but he's an opportunist and shit. It's the blockchain rapper, or whatever the fuck his name is. I don't know. He was making the rounds for a minute, then he dropped off and shit. Everyone just dog-piled on him and shit about being, grimy as fuck, sleep with his boss. And, after meeting the husband and shaking his hand, supposedly, he was knocked the fuck out. When the boy found out that he clapped his Remy's artificially enhanced cheeks. Right? But, I want to say, play stupid games, get stupid prizes. That goes for everyone involved in shit. And currently, Remy Ma is upset that he has moved on with Clarissa Shields, a Olympic level boxer who brings her own wealth to the table and everything. They seem to have some kind of relationship. This man has his preference is masculine black women. Okay, I won't fault him for that shit. Everyone has a preference. I have a preference too. All right. Sometimes I exercise a preference. Sometimes your that preference, that your lust or whatever. They can enhance you when you're younger, but they become a crutch much later and shit. I look at Papoose and shit, and I don't know what to say. He just trades one female for another and shit. They seem to be cut from the same cloth. I'm not throwing shade at Clarissa Shields, but I do recall that she was harassing a male boxer, one in a grudge match with him. She probably had a crush on him, and she she had arrested development, and the only way she could think to get his attention was keep fucking with him about a fight and shit. She wasn't asking Mike Tyson for no fucking fight. And then when I look at Remy Ma shit, and I look at this picture, and I look at the guy she cheated on her with, an employee, her employee, a bum ass nigga with no money. He looks like a weak sauce stunt double of her own husband. It tells me everything I need to know, and it tells you everything you need to know, Kings. We need to practice better listening skills, okay? Better discernment and shit, okay? So I look at this picture, right? And I see them hugged up, and a boy has his hand on her hip and shit, right? It looks, it's a staged picture and shit. And this picture is solely for Papoose to see and feel a certain way about it and shit, okay? It's for him to see. And I doubt she even locked her phone. But he has custody of this picture. He wrote this long, rambling explanation for the picture, And, I understand why he was silent and shit. When you're a man and you get cheated on and shit, you have some decisions to make. If you if you expose them right away and shit, it's gonna end up boomeranging back towards you. You're gonna look weak. You're gonna look like a victim and shit. No man really wants to be seen as a victim or as weak. So and the first inclination of many men in these fucked up toxic relationships is to try to fix the shit, or try to. A lot of guys ignore the cheating, you know. They ignore the cheating and shit until it gets too much, until it gets toxic, until it allows a narcissistic female to complete the cycle of criminal hypergamy and replacing him and shit. Logically speaking and shit, what would normally happen is that she would continue cheating and degrading him and denigrating him in public, and eventually they would get a divorce, and she would abscond with most of his belongings, his earnings. She would take half. Then he'd be on the hook for child support, not only for their child, but the other child that she has with some other guy. The kids he took care of while she was incarcerated. All right, she's it's kind of redundant to say she's for the streets and shit. You can look at her and see what she is. Okay? You can look at her and see what she is. Papoose was a cleanup guy. Alright? You're a cleanup guy, Papoose. I'm not shitting on Papoose, okay? But his role is established and shit, And, I know a malignant narcissist sociopath when I see one, and that is old girl, okay? And that weaselly guy, he's in it for, as long as he can hold, there's a hold on and shit. He's going to get a narcissistic discard, and it's going to be worse and shit because she's his employer. She has power over him. So she probably treats, this easy to blockchain, whatever this motherfucking name is, she probably treat him like shit, okay? Because she controls his fate. His fate is in the palm of her hand. That's what it's all about for these women. They want to have control over every goddamn thing. These masculine women is like this. Not all masculine women, but the ones that are malignant narcissists. It's all about control. Everything they do is about fucking control and shit, okay? If there's any other industry, she could catch a case for harassment, okay? Regardless of gender. But it's a music industry. It's supposedly it's an offshoot of the music industry. It's the Walmart. It's some fucking battle rap league that she established, and went into the hole for half of a meal. Who knows? Papoose probably stepped in and helped her fix that problem and shit. He's always been there, always 100%. You see how she repaid his loyalty to her. His eye never wandered. Until he knew that it was a wrap. He was holding on to shit. Maybe they could work it out, behind closed doors or something. But she made it public and shit. And you see a lot of the battle rap footage where people are taking those shots at her, instead of even, they just ignored the easy to block happen. Mostly the other battle rappers were taking shots at her during those, events. And you see her with this kind of shitty, guilty look. She knows she's a piece of shit. Okay, I'm going to tell you about women like this. They know they're a piece of shit and they do everything in their power to make you get out of the relationship. They don't want to do it themselves. They don't want to get help or do anything. They just want to continue the cycle. And if you don't get out of it, her overarching, prerogative, her narrative is to turn you into everything that you hate, to everything that you believe in. She's going to turn on your head. She wants to sully you. She want to muddy you, She want to cover you in feces, her psychological feces and shit. Okay? I'm sure, looking at Papoose and shit, I'm pretty sure she's stepped out on him a number of times in their lives. I don't think he's comfortable talking about that, but I'm pretty sure she stepped out on him several times and shit. Okay, that's just my intuition speaking and shit. Now, I'm gonna tell you one of the hallmarks of this kind of behavior is that these women get a visceral charge out of betraying their supposed lover, okay, their husband, whatever. They get a visceral and a sick sexual charge out of it and shit. They'll go out and they'll cheat on you and they'll rub it in your face or be passive aggressive, tell you can't avoid this shit, and then their whole deal is they want to confess. All right, they want to give you a detailed description of everything they did with the other person and shit. Even a lot of times when they're with the affair partner, they do things with them that they know you want it and shit, or they do things that you do with them, physically speaking and shit. And they mention that when they give you the blow by blow because they want you to feel the pain. They get a sick sexual charge from exposing their own fucking infidelity when confronted. All right. And when they don't give a shit anymore, they're not going to give you anything. Okay, they're not going to admit to anything. They're not going to give you anything. They're going to become rigid and hard as a brick wall and shit, and force you to act out of character. And force you to act out of character. As a high percentage of men in our ethnic community don't have the coping skills to deal with women like this. Okay, they don't have the skills to deal with women like this. They get you in a trauma bond relationship. They lock you in a bubble. Where you don't perceive anything outside of your supposed relationship with them. And once they close that goddamn bubble, they start fucking your shit up. They start messing your life up. They start breaking you down from top to bottom and shit. Changing little things, and then getting you in these weird loyalty oaths and shit, verbally speaking. Inventing problems, creating problems and shit for you, opening that bubble enough to allow another option to come in so that they can force you, so that they can be perceived as valuable beyond the hole that's down there and shit. Okay, what's down there between the legs, that fucking hole, is everything she's living out of and shit. It's like it's a gypsy version of intimacy. Right? And I'm not talking about Roman people. It's just a really cheap knockoff of actual intimacy and love. Okay? No narcissist can truly love anything outside of themselves exclusively, and that includes their children as well. This woman is a mother and blah, 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 this and that and the other shit. And, she's out here with her employee. She's sleeping with her employee. This guy is a fucking goof. The other guy, I'm tired of saying his fucked up name. Papoose put hands on him and shit. That was a failure on his part and shit. When he found out that she was doing this, when you find out your woman is doing this and you discover that she is actually an emotional, malignant sociopath and an emotional vampire of the highest order, the first thing you should do is call a lawyer and get your rights in check. Okay? And then you should you should immediately start separating finances and looking for a place to live. And don't tell her shit. Don't confront her. Don't ask her for any clarification. Don't ask her to talk about her affair, the supposed affair. It's not really an affair. She's just eating another motherfucking shit. And that guy's going to be ate too and shit after. When she gets tired of looking at him after you're gone, she's going to move on. Or she's going to keep him around and shit because she has power over him and it makes her feel good to be able to call the shots in another motherfucking life. It's not about control. It's all about control, excuse me. Okay? So they can't form any intimate bonds and shit. You see them married for a long time, it's mostly a financial decision and shit. Okay? They can get married, they have a bunch of kids and everything, and still be thinking about your fucking ass, man. Focusing on you because they want to eat you some more and shit. They don't love you. They'll never love you. They can't do anything that is not self-serving. They do not have a soul. Alright? That don't come so hard on Remy Ma shit, but we've seen that she is very impulsive, makes bad decisions, and she doesn't consider the fact that other people depend on her, including her husband and children and shit. So she, when she looks at Papoose, she probably hates him because of what he represents. And she went and got a guy that looks like him, a guy of a loose moral value. No value. He's worth a wooden nickel, top to bottom and shit. She probably dressed him up like that. Okay? He has the same facial hair, the same beard as Papoose. He's wearing the same shit. He's just a weak knockoff, a little black piece of bacon It's like really sad, man. You know, Papoose should, like I said, when he discovered she was cheating, he should call a lawyer, uh, start separating finances. I wouldn't fuck with any of her things in the house. I would simply move out and, give her the business. And if they, when she wants to see the kids and shit, just say, hey, I'll text you when I'm where I'm at, so you can come get these goddamn kids. I'll see you at the police station. Don't meet them nowhere like in an isolated area or anything, because a lot of malignant narcissists get very angry. They're very dangerous. They're lethal when they feel threatened, and they use proxy violence. Right? I can tell you the number of people I know and my own personal experiences of having someone come after you, full of rage and fire, like they're like on a holy mission and shit, and they don't know what the fuck is going on. Like, while the dude is trying to kill you, she's talking to another motherfucker on the phone. All right, and getting off on it and shit. A lot of times this shit just, I want to put some hope out there, but the fate of a malignant narcissist sociopath, you know, like Remy Ma, is that they continue these games until they are well and truly hit the wall, and it looks fade, and yeah, they got some money and everything, but it's the money ebbs out, and if they got any children, they inherit their behavior to the children, and the children become what they were, shit, and they become a bitter Betty, right? When they destroy their children's relationships with the parents and with their any potential lovers, they throw a dark shadow over them, right? There's no cure for narcissism. There's no cure for it. There's no living with it, if you have any kind of self-respect or common decency, or you want to stay alive and shit. Right? They're dangerous, man. They're dangerous. And more so after they hit the wall, because they're dangerous to their goddamn children. And I've already told you what happens. That third rule that I always put out at the end of my videos: do not make fallen women the stewards of your family. Steward is someone taking care of your things in your kingdom. You can't trust anyone like, Remy Ma with your money and your health and everything and your well-being. You think she come home and, cook a meal for her children and, talk to them and read them a story and, see how they're doing and shit? She's out with a fucking knockoff of the kid's father, taking a picture. And this guy got his hand on her. He's got his hand on her hip. If you look real close at the picture, it's kind of hovering. He's timidly touching her because he knows his role. But he's a pussy, and he deserved what he got. He deserved that and more shit. In the old days, you had a grimy dude, amongst you, and you found out it was a grimy dude. You got the boots put on. At least that's where I see it. And from Chicago, a lot of people are doing something strange for change over there. Is sneaking around. Ultimately, it's really not worth your time and shit. When you find out, that the guy is, somebody close to you is, fucking your baby mama and shit. You just look at it and shit and shrug and you say, hey, dude, did you fuck old girl when I fucked old girl and shit? Was you banging her at the same time I'm banging her shit? Did you bring her after me, man? Did you bring her after me? It's like, okay, is you bang her in her prime, or is you banging her as a bust out, with this shit that out some babies? Maybe look at it like that. I mean, you have to be unapologetically masculine. Like, hey, when you fucking her? And I fucked in her prime. You fucking you it's like going in the refrigerator and find a can of Spam already open and put your dick in it. Shit. Kings, man. I'm telling you. I want, as far as my legacy goes, publicly speaking, I want guys to adopt the same attitude that these women have when they encounter adversity of this manner. Because if she's not holding you down and she's not a wife and everything, what is her worth? Okay? Are you gonna tell me it's a box? You know, her box down there is worth some shit? Is that what you're gonna tell me? No, I'm serious about that. You know, I personally think Papoose shouldn't have said shit, but like, you know, find out wherever this picture's taken, wherever they hold up, you know, whatever their lair is, their lair of iniquity, where they go to fuck off each other and shit, and, you know, cuddle under the covers and laugh about him and shit that he don't know what's going on. That you know they fucking the shit out of each other, man, and both of them are masturbating to him and shit. While they're thinking about him instead of each other while they fucking and shit. I think he find out where he live at. He should, uh, you know, eat a bunch of like chili or something and fart in his underwear and take a piss in it and then put it in like a, you know, priority envelope and mail it to the motherfuckers when you know they're together. Just have that shit delivered over there like a courier, you know, and just say, hey man, here's a party favor. Here's my drawers. Y'all can both smell it while y'all fucking. I know it's crass, but if I'm in my 50s, man. All right, I'm in my mid fucking 50s, man. Like I just trip out on people. They expect you. They always expect you to act a certain way and shit. I'm supposed to be a grandfather, all right? Yeah, supposed to be a grandfather, definitely a father, you know? And like you motherfuckers, like on Arrested Development and shit, I'm just like, snore. Like I don't have time for this shit. I feel for young men or any man that goes through that emotional turmoil of discovering that your partner is stepping out on you. We all have been through it. Some worse than others and shit. Sometimes it's very dangerous. And, you know, we tell you to keep your head on a swivel for this reason. You don't know what's going on. While you're out there grinding and doing everything, sacrificing for this person, she's sullying your good name. She's destroying your good works. She's betraying you when all she had to do was hold you down. All Remy Ma had to do was sit in her jail cell to serve out her time and shit. Get out and reunite with this motherfucker and blow the fuck up, man. But she got out. She looked at Papoose. She was disgusted by what she saw because she knew she wasn't shit. So she went and got a knockoff Walmart version of him and turned everyone's relationship into a parody. Who's really winning here? Okay? I don't want to call Papoose a simp and shit. He has a fetish for strong masculine women and shit. He like that shit, man. Right? We all have our proclivities. Right? I'm just a regular guy. I'm no paragon of virtue. That's the whole point here. Right? And it's been a point of this video is just to have an honest conversation about, you know, shit like this. You know, like, you know, women that, you know, out of pocket. All right? I'm not gonna say, you know, I'm not gonna talk about bullshit. This is a safe space for black men, straight black men. And shit this is shit we go through. A lot of us have been cheated on. Okay? We've had varied reactions. I could tell you that I'm not perfect. You know, I've run the gamut and shit, but you know, that kind of came into my own almost well over 20 years ago. Shit, when somebody was doing something, I was dating this girl at my job, and you know, she decided to do some shit, and I just didn't even react to that shit. Then the bitch came back and said she was sorry and wanted to shake my hand. I was amazed. And I shook her hand. It was cool. And I just never acted like I was up in her guts or nothing. You know, she come to my house begging for dick. I never thought about it, you know? You know, I made mistakes, you know, that's basically what the reason I tell you. Okay? I mean, everybody makes mistakes. It's what you do after you discover it that's really of any importance. And when you gotta think about yourself and be unapologetically masculine, okay? Basically what I'm saying is that save yourself, black men, on all levels. Right? This comes from the heart, my brothers. From the fucking heart. You take care.
Remy, you are up here supporting the victim. We done had 6 Chrome events. 6 Chrome events. Papoose was at all of them. How come he ain't at this one? Where he at? He ain't in New York. Why we ain't in New York? Because the last time there, your husband punched on him. So you actually brung it to where he more comfortable at. So if he did decide to show up, this weirdo can have the ups on him.
Oh, you see the scales. Read it in digital, like an email. I prevail. This whole year in my career, y'all tried to derail. Wanna know who I'm fucking? You gay. You wanna know the details? Nigga, keep this on the DL. If you heard a nigga did something to me over a female and he ain't dead, it's probably because I still got the female. Nigga, do it.
I hope she wouldn't do that because I love her too much. But it just look away. You did it here where this nigga more comfortable. So if he do show up, he can have the ups on him. Man, you foul for real. I hope that awkwardness in your home, your child don't feel. How can you support it? How can you protect the nigga that showed he couldn't protect you? It's wild for real. This nigga's a chump. This nigga's a chump. You know he ain't got the heart, fool. Fucking a nigga bitch when you ain't got hands ain't even a smart move. But listen, that ain't even a smart move. Yeah, but he don't got hands or gun probably. So look, fucking a nigga bitch when you ain't got no hands ain't no smart move. But if I was him, I would have been like Verb and Hitman and you would have been the one I talked to. Like, I don't give a fuck if you fucking this nigga, just tell him stop spewing the business. If niggas found out you was fucking the help, that could really ruin your image. We talking Barack and Michelle, Pap and Rim. Nigga, that's us. Y'all the poster child symbol for black love. Nigga wouldn't even think that y'all marriages still had to go through them stages. Every interview, he show his admiration and tell the world how he think his woman the greatest. That nigga held you down in prison for 6 years. It was nice, he cried big. It was... Hey, every interview, hold it down, he already dead. Hold it down. Every interview, he show his admiration and tell the world how his woman the greatest. Nigga, he held you down in prison for 6 years. I know it was nice, he cried big tears. He stood by you by your biggest accomplishment, front row giving you big tears. Now y'all got a beautiful baby girl who oh so amazing. He'd be damned if he lose you to this bozo with braces. Nigga, hey, the world ain't never supposed to know what you and me going through. But this nigga behind closed doors running his mouth like a hoe supposed to do. Got niggas making blogs and YouTubes. People arguing in the comments if those posts is true. Cause them TMZ and Shade Room outlets, they only know you. Listen, hey, they only know you. Them TMZ and Shade Room outlets, they only know you. Listen, he took you out to the best foods. When you ain't feeling good, he put you back in the best moods. So he be damned to see you get stepped to by a nigga he socked out and stood over like a step stool. You think if he didn't... Should've fucked with me, I wouldn't have ran my mouth. Hey. I can't stop, no. Hey, he took you out to eat the best foods. When you ain't feeling good, he put you back in the best moods. Yeah, he knocked him out because he be damned to keep seeing you get stepped to by some nigga he socked out and stood over like a step stool. If you think he didn't love you, he would have put up with all of this shit. Yo, Papoose, that's how you talk to your bitch, nigga.